Everyone is talking about OpenClaw.
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 And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, how it works, and whether you should even care. If you don't know me, I'm Trew. I started coding at 13, got a computer science degree, and then spent 7 years in corporate jobs in London before quitting to co-found 2 seven-figure AI companies. Now I document everything I learn about AI and share it here. Let's get into it. So first, who even built OpenClaw? Not Google, not Microsoft, not some billion-dollar startup. One guy, Peter Steinberg, an Austrian developer who spent 13 years building a software company, sold it, and got bored. He said he built the first prototype because he was annoyed it didn't exist. It took him 1 hour. But then something crazy happened. It exploded. OpenClaw became the fastest growing project in GitHub history. 100,000 stars in the first 2 weeks alone. 2 million people visited the site in a single week. That doesn't happen by accident. Then, the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, personally reached out, called him a genius, offered him a job, and then Baidu, China's version of Google, announced they were integrating into their app for over 1 billion users. All of this from one guy in about 3 months. Oh, and the name? It's had a few. It started as Claude bot. Anthropic's lawyers showed up and said stop using our branding, so he switched to Maltbot. Then decided it was a terrible name and landed on OpenClaw. The fact that Anthropic's legal team personally got involved tells you everything about how fast this thing moved. So what actually is it? Most AI tools are reactive. You prompt them, they respond, stop prompting, they stop working. OpenClaw is different. It's a 24/7 AI system that runs in the background, figures out how to complete tasks on its own, and takes action without you defining every single step. You just tell it what you want, and it works out the rest. Now, before we go further, you need to understand how OpenClaw actually runs. It's open source, free to download, free to use, but unlike ChatGPT or Claude, you don't open a browser tab and log in. You have to host it somewhere. And you have 2 main options. Local, meaning on a physical device you own, a spare laptop, a Mac Mini, or something dedicated that stays on 24/7. Or the cloud, meaning a server on the internet that runs it for you. So which should you use, cloud or local? Think of it like renting versus owning. Cloud is renting. Someone else manages the infrastructure. You just pay monthly and use it. Easy, flexible, but you're dependent on them. Local is owning. More upfront effort and cost, but it's yours. You control everything. The easiest way to get started is Hostinger's one-click OpenClaw plan. You don't need to touch any infrastructure, it spins up in seconds and it's like $10 a month. I'll drop a link below. Start there. Once you're comfortable with how everything works, you can always move up to your own hardware later. Once it's up and running, this is what you're actually working with. You can configure everything through a dashboard. Think of it like a control plane. From there, you can browse a marketplace of skills. These are integrations that connect OpenClaw to the tools you already use. Google Mail, Slack, GitHub, Google Calendar, whatever your workflow runs on, you can install a skill and OpenClaw can take real actions inside that app. You can even set its personality, tone, communication style, what it prioritizes. They call it the soul. You configure it once and it carries that across everything that it does. You can also set up jobs. These are automated tasks you can configure once, do this at this time, send me the result. After that, it will just run in the background without you touching it. And the way you talk to it in day-to-day is through your messaging apps. Telegram, WhatsApp, Signal. You text it like you text a person. What needs my attention today? It goes, it checks, then texts you back with the answer. But here's what's cool. You can actually set up and configure everything through the chat too. Just message it directly and tell it what you want to do and install this skill, set up this job, connect this app. It handles it from there. Now, OpenClaw itself doesn't have a brain. It needs an AI model to power it. You can connect it to something like Claude or ChatGPT via an API and pay per use. The costs are low for light usage. We're talking a few dollars a month to start, but they depend on 2 things. How much you're running and which model you're using. The more powerful the model, the more expensive each task is. As you automate more, that adds up. It's worth keeping an eye on as you scale. Or you can run a local model, something like Llama, directly on your own hardware, free to run, and nothing ever leaves your machine. The trade-off is your hardware. Whatever you're running it on, a spare laptop, a Mac Mini, it's not going to match the server infrastructure that powers ChatGPT or Claude. You're limited by what your machine can handle. But what you do get is cheap, private, and it's yours. Or you can do both. Delegate the complex tasks to Claude or ChatGPT and let the local model handle the routine stuff to keep the cost down. There's no one size fits all here. You set it up however works best for your situation. So what can you actually do with this? Let me give you 3 examples. Number 1, you run a SaaS product. A customer emails a bug, OpenClaw picks it up, recreates the issue, logs it, codes a potential fix, and keeps the customer updated the whole way through. Your dev just reviews and approves. Number 2, you run an e-commerce store, stock drops below a certain threshold. It reaches out to suppliers, negotiates a reorder, checks what competitors are charging, and adjusts your prices accordingly. You just review the outcome. Number 3, you're a content creator. You film something and drop the footage in a folder. OpenClaw cuts the outtakes, sends it to your editor, gets it back, clips the shorts, writes the description, and turns the transcript into posts across every platform. You just polish and publish. The process runs and you just sign off. One thing you can't ignore with OpenClaw is security. Because you're not just giving an AI a chat window, you're giving it access to real systems, emails, files, apps, and that changes the risk profile entirely. First, actions you didn't intend. OpenClaw can delete files, send emails, make changes. If you haven't set it up carefully, it can do something you didn't want and you can't always undo it. Keep humans in the loop for anything critical. Second, your API keys. To connect OpenClaw to Claude, ChatGPT, or any other tools, you need API keys. If those get exposed, someone else is running up your bill or accessing your accounts. Treat them like passwords. Keep them locked down. Third, prompt injection. This is a sneaky one. Someone sends you a malicious email with hidden instructions embedded in it. OpenClaw reads the email, follows the instructions without realizing that they came from an attacker. It's nasty and worth being aware of as you set things up. None of this means don't use it. It just means set it up carefully, start small, and don't connect anything you can't afford to have compromised. None of that should put you off. It just means going in with your eyes open. So, should you care about OpenClaw? Yes, but not because you need to set it up tomorrow. Because this is where AI is going. Autonomous, always on, embedded in your business, doing real work while you sleep. The people who figure this out early are going to have a serious advantage. If you love AI and want to stay up to date, then join my newsletter at CameronTrew.com. The link will be in the description.